are watching ESPN's Champ Week, presented by Principal. This is the ACC Men's Basketball Tournament, presented by T. Rowe Price. Day one, some special performances. Day three here in Charlotte means the top four seeds will play for the first time. The number one team in America hits the floor. The Duke Blue Devils facing upset-minded Georgia Tech. As we check out the bracket, the number 8 seed, Georgia Tech, looking for a big one. Tech, the number 8 seed. Only 8 scholarship players available. They have endured a very tough season in terms of injuries, but playing well at this time of the year. There's James up high on the wing. Cooper Flag floating into the corner. Over the top, and Malawach could not get the dunk to go. Back outside for Proctor, straight on, and he can't hit it. Malawach tried to keep it alive with a tip, but back over to the Yellow Jackets.
You often see the Blue Devils come out with an opportunity for Malawach at the rim. This time unable to finish it off, but establishing him early and that they're going to be a presence in the paint.
So keep an eye on kickball here.
You look at Nate George, he's going to be looking to get the basketball to the guy with the ball in his hands now, Ndongo, who has an advantage off the bounce, showing it early for the first possession offensively against Malawach.
Malawach, all ACC honorable mentions, 7-2. Knipple with the drive with the left hand, and Duke is on the board.
Knipple more than just out of bounds play.
Proctor off a terrific fake. Flag around the back. Proctor lifts, and too strong.
But look at Knipple coming in from out of nowhere to come up with the offensive rebound.
Great movement, another terrific fake. Knipple fakes again, and 2. Offense in the country. George on the attack to the baseline. Here's Powell outside with a long one, and he'll stick the triple.
And Duncan Powell, who's been a
start for the Duke Blue Devils. Way downtown, George with a miss. Duke owns the second highest net in Ken Palm history, as Proctor will lay that. Lost him for a little more than a game earlier this season. You talk about Duke, it hasn't been all clean sailing all the time.
It has not, and this is another addition of this year's Blue Devils team. No Jay Lucas, associate head coach, with them at the ACC tournament, as Nate George is able to get into the paint. James, the point guards, who normally rely on Jay Lucas for their guidance.
Foster, Evans, and Brown getting ready to check into the game for Duke, and a basket. Count that. He'll be headed to the line.
Taking on that type of relay.
Knipple back out for Flag. Trying to get around Powell, and a strong move using that window.
And then left. And then finishing using that opposite hand to avoid the shot blocker.
Flag, the 19th Duke player to win ACC Player of the Year. That's a conference record.
But he had a chance, OB, to be the first person to ever win Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, and Defensive Player of the Year. Duncan Powell knocks down his second.
And George will slow it down. Outstanding player, ACC assist leader. And in the top 10 in the nation in assists per game.
And this is a mismatch here that Ndongo needs to take advantage of. However, he finds the hot guy. And Duncan Powell, every time one of the Duke players tries to attack the rim.
Duke has gone scoreless for over 3 minutes. Ndongo for Sutton. He'll lift and sinks it. He knocks down a 3. Duke needs somebody. James spinning into the lane. Yes.
A much-needed bucket for the Blue on that possession.
Knipple. A feathery pass. Malawach with a little hook for 2 in that win. Proctor loses it. And Ndongo bounces for Terry. He'll slam it.
And a great job by Ndongo getting
both of those. Talking about the number 2 and the number 3 seed in this tournament. Tough catch there by Ndongo, and banks it in. What an outstanding move.
Georgia Tech not at all fazed by shooting 53% from the field. Even after the miss by Duncan Powell, they're still shooting 50% from 3.
Flag trying to take the baseline. Went for the dunk, and he's denied by Ndongo, who skied up for the rejection. Trying to turn that into points. Here's Terry, but no. Powell went for the save, and he's able to do it, deflecting it off Knipple.
And Obi, we've seen Bayandongo do this time and time again. He's not afraid to challenge anyone at the rim. This time he wins the battle against Cooper Flagg, trying to go off the bounce. For the Blue Devils, it's do something other than shoot threes. Flagg trying to get to...
They don't know how to react to this.
Well, I think they've never seen this before. With this group, they haven't seen this team struggle to shoot the ball. You're talking about a team that averages close to 11 three-point field goals made per game. And right now, they're 0 for 11. But, I mean, that's it. And Bayandongo's seen the video.
Season, well, they were 4 for 24 against Kentucky.
And the energy he brings from the defensive end of the floor.
George bodies up with him. Now goes by him on the drive, scoop shot, and tipped up and in by Ndongo. Boy, he's everywhere.
He absolutely is everywhere. And this is the type, if you ask the Duke patrons, they'll tell you that being down isn't that big of a deal. Losing Malik Brown is a much bigger deal because you may not see him again this season after injuring that left shoulder for a second time.
Nice work by Knipple.
Along the baseline, ready.
Powell with a strong move, and it's Cooper Flagg to say not this time. Here's Evans to line one up. And finally, Duke hits a triple. So Cooper Flagg, the Player of the Year candidate, in pain on the bench. They've already lost Malik Brown to his shoulder. Again, George will swish in a triple.
And Nathan George taking advantage up with Patrick Gumba trying to guard him on the perimeter.
Knipple got inside and up and in for two by Gumba.
And Obi, I've known this young man for a very long time, and he's as tough as they get. For him to come out,
Gumba again.
Gumba giving Duke a lift, but that ankle would not allow it to happen.
Powell banging underneath, went for the reverse, not there. Duke to push it. Long one coming and swished in again. It's Isaiah Evans.
We saw Jalen Withers do North Carolina. Isaiah Evans is back home, OB, and he's starting to heat up.
Ndongo turns and fires. No one defended him. He has 11 in the first half as Flagg needs help to get off the floor. Heading for the locker room and a whistle with 41.3 to go in the first half.
Painful to watch. And again, it doesn't get much tougher than this young man, OB, but it's hard to come back from a role like that.
Goodness. Proctor at the line. And Duke here in Charlotte, North Carolina in the ACC quarterfinals. Powell kicks it back out. Mustaf on the drive. Terry got airborne. James stuck right with him. Then he drives the baseline, and Gillis comes up with a loose ball.
And a strong stand by Gumba, denying that opportunity at the rim. Give Patrick Gumba a tremendous amount of credit. Come on, Malawat, concerned about the Blue Devils winning this game. That is their #1 priority. They are all in Duke Blue.
Time for a last second shot. It'll be Evans back in and left it short. Georgia Tech with a rebound, and the Yellow Jackets own the first half. Although Duke
Obviously felt they were way too tight on the offensive end and just playing more relaxed together.
Angel, and you know this very well, of course, after being on the court for so long. When one of your teammates goes down, you often play for that guy. And, of course, with the Blue Devils right now, they're playing not only for themselves, but for Cooper and Malik as well.
You're playing for two and a very popular assistant coach as well. So there's all
teams. And, again, Cooper Flagg is a great teammate, and his teammates love him. But we've already seen it with Georgia Tech. When they attack the basket, they're looking, can't replace his production. But guys can go out and give you
around and out. Knipple with the board. And another opportunity for Duke to take the lead. Last time they led it was 6-5. Here it comes from James. Got it! Knipple flying in for the rebound.
Smart play by Knipple. Nothing going. Get it back out. Run offense. Force Georgia Tech to have to guard you longer on the possession.
Proctor. Nifty dribble. Can't stick it. Back up again. No. The follow is up and in by Malawat.
Concerned as to where he's going to get scoring against this Duke Blue Devil team.
And a pick by Proctor. And will slam it down. And Duke continues to roll 38-31.
That's this game.
He absolutely is, Angel. And even more encouraging, watching him walk out. No boot.
Without a boot.
Without a boot. He's got on his, of course, his Think Pink Kobe 6s. And so when you look at that, that is an encouraging sign. No boot on. I'm sure that there will be a tremendous amount of rehab and ice, etc. But normally,
and else, they lean on Knipple.
They lean on Knipple for scoring, but you need Tyrese Proctor and Sion James to be the playmakers. Also, another guy on the floor right now, Isaiah Evans. They leaned on him in the first half. He knocked down the 2 threes for Duke in that first session.
Instant offense. Powell trying to go through him, and he does.
But if you can't play, you want to make sure you're on the bench, encouraging and doing anything you can to help your team win.
In for Evans, instant offense for the 6'6" freshman from Fayetteville, North Range from three-point land.
Yeah, Duke will be fine. They won't be as good. So I don't want anyone to think that they'll be as good offensively without Cooper Flagg, but they'll be fine.
Powell from the corner, drains it.
This is the end of the floor where his ability to be able to close out and guard off the bounce as well as deny opportunities at the rim.
14 for Duncan Powell, coming up 21 against Virginia yesterday. Inside, and a layup banned in by Gungbo.
And Gungbo, Shire going man-to-man right now with Gungbo on the floor. Normally, this is where he plays zone when you put Patrick Gungbo in the game.
Dongo set the screen out for Terry, who's been really quiet for a couple of days here. He wants to heat up. His bucket gives him 4 here in Charlotte. The winner to advance to the semifinals tomorrow. Evans on the attack off the window for 2.
And Isaiah Evans has
10. George on the drive, slams on the brakes. And Dongo, no. Here's Knipple. Yes! A triple on the money. He's trying to spring the upset. But they need a comeback. They need a hot hand. Mustaf on the dribble, almost lost it. Shot clock to 5. Terry outside. Terry on the crossover dribble, and yes.
That was a much-needed bucket for the Yellow Jackets. The game 1 for 10 yesterday, and he's the leading scorer for Georgia Tech.
Gungbo has it knocked away, and a foul. And take a look at this one as Gungbo went into him, caught him with that elbow.
Yeah, the elbow coming down afterwards, and that may play. The whistle had already blown, and again, Patrick Gungbo.
Williams. Game 2 coming up.
They call him Showtime Slim, OB.
Much like Jalen Withers, I mean, for North Carolina.
Yes.
Lighten up as a Charlotte guy. One triple after another. Malawatch with the slam as Knipple alley-oop.
Malawatch able to finish above Dongo.
A lot of people felt that Con Knipple should have been first team All-ACC. He was second team as the voting came out. And Dongo blowing by and no on the slam. He's had a very different second half. Here comes Evans. Wide open to nail it. Terry with the kick for Ndongo. Another missed slam, but a foul this time.
But you
getting to become a star in Atlanta. Ndongo's second.
Defensively, gotta imagine they had a hard-fought win yesterday against Virginia.
Oh, Knipple again.
Up, pointing to spots where they wanted them to go. The 6th assist for Knipple.
George with a spin, another short one. Knipple and Malawatch. And once again, racing to the other end to play defense by Ndongo at the block. Terry, a quick strike, and he'll be at the line looking for a three-point play.
Ndongo averaged a double-double as the season went along. And part of the reason why Georgia Tech has won 9 of their last 13 games.
Malawatch off for Proctor. Proctor jumping in the paint. The tip really well done by Sion James.
And very few teams have a point guard at 6'6", on the floor, and Sion James that can get inside the defense and tip in the missed opportunity.
Yeah, shoots over 50%, makes his threes, and doesn't turn the ball over. Powell's been kind of quiet as of late, starting to heat up again with a
Stretch. Duncan Powell, who was the hero yesterday for the Yellow Jackets, coming up with a big bucket to get the lead back to 8.
5 minutes to go in Charlotte. Knippel threading inside, banks it in, he'll go to the line. Team, second team, all ACC. So it's Duke on top, 61-50. Mustafa penetrating, a block to the foul too.
Player in the Georgia Tech uniform.
Knippel looking to break free. On the drive, and it spins in.
Todd Knippel taking over and doing it, attacking the rim. Not normally the guy that puts the pressure on defenses by getting into the paint. That's normally Cooper Flagg's job.
Buried by Powell as he has sprung to life again. 21 yesterday, 20 today.
Duncan Powell trying to
go in Charlotte. Knippel and the slam by Malawach. They are a dynamic duo, those two.
They time is not on their side. They're going to have to find a way to make a push and quickly.
George got it up there and hits a 3. That's one way to do it.
That's how.
Off the press into Knippel. And they peel it away with 2:25 to play. And another whistle. The first half was owned by Georgia Tech.
All around game throughout this one, now up to 8. Struggling.
2 more for Knippel, up to 19 points. 4th player for Duke in the last 15 seasons with this kind of a game in the ACC tournament. In and out on a shot by Powell. Man, that was in the cylinder.
He was already running back. That felt good to him. Thought he had knocked down another 3. Only to watch it rim out.
2 minutes to go. Quite a comeback for Duke today. We haven't said that many times this year. Proctor on the drive. He goes down looking for a foul. No whistle. George wants to get it to Terry quickly. The kick out. Powell is open, and he missed another one. He chases down his own misfire. And Ndongo with a dribble down and a whistle with 1:37 to go. George will check it in. And Ndongo, who's been impressive here in this tournament. Sutton is open. Yes, a 3 on target.
And that's been 2 threes that the Yellow Jackets have been able to make in the last couple of minutes. So they're actually getting some opportunities. Got it down to 6, but they're going to have to find a way to get stops.
1:10 to go. Duke using the clock. Knippel's fouled over the back by Sutton.
At half court.
He makes the pair for 21 points. 69-61. George lost it. Knippel scoops. Malawach slams it down. Duke by 10 again. Emphatically. Terry getting down and tied up. Possession arrow will keep it on this end. This and 5 rebounds. So a standout performance for him in the quarterfinals. George getting it off for Terry. And that one rattles in from 3-point land.
Even if he is OB, I'm not playing him.
You're not playing him no matter what.
He's not playing. He's not playing anymore in Charlotte. Word.
It's appropriate.
It's
you know
true.
it is.
It's true.
And of course, if they do clash, and North Carolina's got to get by Wake Forest, the number 4 seed, but if they do clash in the semifinals, Duke will be trying to beat them for the 3rd time this season. That's very tough to do.
I've heard that. However, I got smacked by North Carolina in '93 for the Tar Heels that year. The Tar Heel team did go on to win a national championship, so I shouldn't feel too bad about it.
Really nice wins this season.
more injuries probably than anyone in the league throughout this year. Damon felt really good about his team coming into the season. Finished the majority of this season with 6 to 7 scholarship players available. But when you look at the star stories for the Blue Devils this afternoon, it was the freshman that stepped up, and not the freshman that you would expect.
Right.
But three freshmen for the Blue Devils with 24 and 14 points respectively.
Knipple again, and once again they'll foul him. Ben, Duke's brightest star today with
2 points against Miami. So with this free throw, no jinx. He has now set a new career high in his first ACC tournament game.
Final seconds, Powell on the move against James, and he'll bank it in. 6-point game, 6.7. And it'll be James inbound, looking for Knipple again. And they get it to him, and another foul with 5.8 seconds to play.
Al Cooper flag in this one, and has been up to the challenge. Business down the stretch.
Well, we thought Georgia Tech was a dark horse, but about to be eliminated from the ACC tournament. They gave Duke quite a scare in the first half after winning yesterday, but today Duke overcomes. And it was a long afternoon, but they win it 78-70. Very serious injury concerns, but Duke moves on to the semifinals. 78-70. Knipple, the star.
And give